Hello, good afternoon. Okay, so I was working on some of these. They're off camera over here. I've got my really cheesy camera set up for right now. Not cheesy, but the thing this is just sitting on, my cell phone is up there, and this is it's one of them cereal canisters you pour all your cereal box of cereal into. That's what that is. So yeah, I still need to get a tripod of some type. Anyway, I'm gonna work on making some of these while I'm I don't know, just gonna talk today. You know, just for the heck of it, I decided I was going to look up online. I typed in Google, I typed in craft fairs near me, and I came up with one that I'm kind of excited about, but the only thing is I don't have any real super crafty type friends. See, that's always been my thing. It's like I've got friends, but either they're not into doing crafts, or I don't know. I'm going to be lining 4 of these up. But anyway, so I sent out a mass text to everyone saying, hey, I'm looking at September 23rd, from 10 o'clock to 3 or 5. I can't remember which number it was. If anyone is interested in going, because this would be my first time going, not as a participant in the craft fair, but as just a person interested in, I gotta move my seeds somewhere else. There we go. Just as a person interested in going to a craft fair. Like, I've always wanted to go to a Star Trek convention. Never been to one of those either. I was promised that if I graduated high school, I would be going to one, but that never came true, and that's been over 20 years now. So obviously, that isn't going to become a thing. And I was also told that if I ever graduated college, that the person, like one of the people that I grew up with in my treatment center, one of the counselors was like, yeah, if you graduate college, I'll buy you the Star Trek uniform. Back then, I was really into the Star Trek uniform from like Star Trek 2, or any of the movieverse ones from the first 6 or whatever. Not TNG's. I always thought those suits looked neat for Starfleet uniforms. I don't know, the one that has where he's got Kirk's got the little flap on his front open. I always thought that was kind of a neat, Well, of course that's a little undressed, but anyway, I had a guy, one of the counselors was like, yeah, if you graduated college, I'd buy you one of those. And I'm like, well, I never graduated college. High school was hard enough for me, being someone who I was never very good at English. No matter how, I'm good at English, speaking it, but I'm not good at doing adjectives, adverbs, and all the easy English like that. I've never been able to remember any of what's an adjective, what's an adverb. I know, and it's real stupid of me to say that at almost 40. I should know, as a fluent English speaker, I should know those things, but I don't know, it's just something like that. And like with math was always incredibly hard. Like getting into the whole algebra stuff, no matter how much you tried, I just couldn't learn it. But that's the reason why I didn't go to college, because then I had my husband telling me if I went to college, I'd have to take those classes in order to pass, or join, if I wanted to go to certain classes. Those are the type of things I had to, do. And it's like, well, shoot. And then he's like, oh yeah, you just have to fail the class, you just have to keep retaking it until you passed it. Because they're not going to put me in pre-algebra classes in college because I hadn't, they're going to expect I'm college worthy for, math or English or whatever. And that really put me off on even, going to college. So Yeah, I never went to college, so the whole Star Trek uniform thing was, I could buy one now myself, but I don't know. Anyway, so back to the craft fair thing. It's like, yeah, I don't have very many friends that are really into that sort of craft thing. I mean, then I was looking online. I was like, well, okay, there's another couple that are around, but then there's like this one for like Tupperware and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in craft fairs with people who make like crafts that you can sell, like depending on, it doesn't matter what, but some homemade, stuff like a painting, or maybe somebody there would be doing paper beads that I could talk to and be interested in talking to. That'd be cool. Or a person who sells mini albums, and they scrapbook. And despite what people say, not everybody in Minnesota likes to scrapbook. God, just because they say it in Fargo, which Fargo's not even in Minnesota. Ugh. Anyway, and then I got a friend who lives in the South and says Minnesota is mini Canada. It's like, no. And he's just messing with me. But anyway, yeah, this whole video is just a train wreck of going every direction. Anyway, so I'm really excited. I kind of want to go to this fair because I've never been. And I was telling my husband, I said, I've gone to many of your gun shows. I would just like to say, I think you kind of owe me going, because I'm not a big fan of, I'm not against guns. They're just not my thing. Guns are not, they're not my thing, and I'm like, and my husband knows that. He knows I don't like that he has a gun, but I'm not going to lobby against it because, I believe people have the right to have a gun if they want one, But anyway, I told him, like, well, if I can't get anybody, you're going with me. Oh, that's so terrible. So I texted a lot of people today about the craft fair. It's like, all I'm doing is just lining up 4 of them, sticking them all together. But anyway, I gotta change positions here and sit in my chair properly so I don't throw out my back. Anyway, okay, so I texted lots of people today, seeing if there was I was just fishing, just to see if there was any interest with any of my friends. Now, see how I had said in some of my previous videos where I said that I have glue that gets caked up on my hands because of doing this? Well, and then if I don't catch it, then like a little glue piece would be stuck on here. Well, I haven't had it happen yet, but I'll try to see if I can show when that does happen. Like right there, there's a little glue piece. All you gotta do is just pick it off. But anyway, so I just sent out a lot of, asking if anybody was interested in going with me. I already got one person telling me she can't, that I think she said she had to work or something, but she'd be interested in the other one. And I'm not so excited about going to that craft fair because when I did a Google search of, craft fairs near my area, the only 2 that came up were this one on the 23rd and then one in November, where it's going to be, it's like more of a benefit than a craft fair. It's kind of like, I think their thing was, they have Pampered Chef, Tupperware, and all that. And I'm like, that's not what I'm interested in for, going to a craft fair. That's just not what I was interested in doing, but that's the only one she wanted to do. So to be polite, I would probably go with her, but I'm not, I'm not interested in seeing what kitchen gadget or whatever I'm interested in the whole art part of doing a craft fair. I want to see, what, if I would like to buy some, scrapbooking things from people, or, because I tried the whole scrapbooking thing. I even tried to make a mini album. The whole idea of using a ruler and having to precisely measure stuff out is like not a top seller for me. It just, I'm very, if I can get away with not using a ruler, that'd be so much better.